Hello and welcome to my unboxing and first look at another pair of sneakers. I've definitely caught the sneaker bug. As it's a Sunday, it means that I can make a video and talk about anything other than Warhammer. And this particular Sunday, I'd like to show you one of my recent purchases. I don't put everything on the channel that I pick up. There are a few things that I don't make videos of, but these seemed quite popular. There's not that many videos of them, and I think they're a bit of a sleeper. I am, of course, talking about the Air Max 95 olives in the OG gradient. They sold out on the Nike store pretty quickly in all the popular sizes. You can still get them in some places. I managed to snag these, but not in half sizes. Half sizes have unfortunately sold out in a fair few places, so I was only able to get these in a full size 9, these ones. But it says here, Nike Air Max 95, big bubble, black, medium, olive, white. They're in this standard red Nike box. I would have preferred something a little bit different. I would like to see different boxes for, you know, Air Max 90s, 95s. I mean, Air Jordans get different boxes between them all, but it seems like if you're getting 90s, 95s, even ones, you're getting the same box. But yeah, unfortunately, I only got these in a 9, and I'm normally a 9.5 in 95s. I've tried them on; they're fine though. I can just about get away with it. But yeah, these are pretty special because I've only been collecting for like a year, and these are in fact my first ever 95 in like an OG color gradient. I think that is just some box lint or whatever. And what I mean by that is, although they're big bubble, so they're not like the standard bubble, and I prefer the big bubble anyway. They've got the OG color gradient, which is the white netting and then the fade from light grey to dark grey. They've got the coloured eyelets. It's very subtle, like you can see kind of like olive green. I think it's sort of an olive green in there. It's hard to see. The Nike swoosh is, or Nike tick is sewn in rather than like printed or just an outline, which is fantastic. The olive lace eyelets are lovely. They're just very subtle, other than obviously the white, of course. Look, you've even got some olive there and some olive in the waffle sole. But yeah, that's the one thing that sets it apart really from like the neons or the solar reds or the mandarins, is this very subtle colour of olive around. And I think these work with white socks predominantly, but you know, at a push, black socks, maybe even grey socks, definitely olive socks, they would work. But yeah, it's like one of these kind of autumn, I mean, it goes all right with my attire today, but it's one of these colours that kind of goes with many things, whereas I think that like any of the neon colours really sort of stand out a fair bit, whereas this from a distance it just looks like a nice fade to black, which is, and it's, you know, straight from white to grey to black. And I think that really works with 95s more than any colour gradient. I mean, yeah, you can get them in like the standard blocked coloured. You can get them with like stripes. I think stripes are okay, it depends. But I really genuinely feel that the OG colour gradients, like the grey gradient, works the best. I'm not sure if they've ever tried it with like different colours. I know they've gone for like reverse gradient. Yeah, if they've ever done any like lighter blues, like even with the netting, lighter blues to darker blues to a really solid dark blue sole, I don't know, or oranges or yellows or whatever. But I do have another pair of 95s that I just compare them with, mainly for the size more than anything. So these are my very garish yellow Air Max 95s. And yeah, the differences, obviously, you know, you can see the yellow on the sole, you can see the yellow in the air bubble quite clearly. The material on this is better for the same price, but this is kind of like a leather material, and then I really like this ripstop material. It kind of works in a way that this is like leather, a bit more durable, but I like the ripstop from all my like outdoor clothing and things. And yeah, this is definitely a black sock trainer. It seems like the color is all like blocked, like it's just yellow and black and a little bit of silver. Maybe that's like a lighter yellow. But to set this apart, I think it would have been better if it had the yellow eyelets. Or even yellow laces, maybe at a push, or if it came with a second pair of laces that were yellow, that would just break up that black top a bit more. But you can see where I'm coming from in terms of like the gradient. You know, the OG gradient just works so much better with these. But yeah, that's the difference, because these are 9.5s and these fit me perfectly. I've worn these all day, every day for like 11, 12 hours, no issues. And 95s are notorious for being quite heavy anyway, definitely heavier than 90s, and obviously then heavier than Air Max 1s as well. But yeah, these are a little bit tighter, I would say. You can see it might be the colour, but yeah, you can just tell. Width-wise as well, I think the 9.5s are just a little bit wider, but the 9s. But I can still pull these off. And I need to break them in a bit more. But I just wanted to give you a comparison with, like, you know, a 9 and a 9.5, like what the difference is. Like, you can just about tell on the toe box there, on the length, and I've got them identical at the heel. There's just more heel as well. It kind of, there's just like more of at the end of that heel. I know I'm probably saying the obvious. Oh, a bigger shoe is bigger. You know, newsflash. That's the difference in like half the size, really. But yeah, just give you a comparison, because they're the other 95s that I own. I only have 2 pairs of 95s. It just shows you how early I am in my collection, really. I slept on the Mandarins. I should have picked up the Mandarins, possibly should have picked up the Neons, but you know, I wasn't really into 95s back then. I was still into Jordans and 90s, but yeah, recently I've you know, obviously picked up these pair of 95s, and you know, yeah, I like the look of them a lot more. When I first saw them, I was like, you know, they're just a bit garish, a bit, you know, old school. I didn't really get them. And as a sneakerhead at the start of my journey, that's what I'm finding out with certain trainers and models and colours and styles and things, is that you don't truly like get the design and the colour and the shapes and things until you've got them in hand. And then once you've got them and you've got them on foot and you mess around with outfits and things, that's when there's that kind of eureka moment of, yeah, I get them, you know. And before I never did. There's a few pairs I'd like to get, you know, moving off of these, but I don't think I'd ever be like a full-on 95 collector. For me, I just prefer the look of the 90s and some of the Air Jordan models over like these, or the 95 Ultras, or the TNs or the DNs, those kind of trainers. But definitely I can see myself owning a few pairs of 95s over the years. But what do you guys think of the Air Max Olives? I see a lot of people voting these like one of the best 95s of the year. I'm still on the fence about picking up the SBs, you know, the Eric Coston ones. You know, I do like yellow, but blue, I don't wear that much blue. And for me, it's like sneakers, it's all about like the outfits I can pull off with them that complement the outfits. And that kind of shoe and style is one that I don't think I could pull off as well, he says, with bright yellow 95s. I'm more interested in the fact that they're SBs, and I've never had a pair of Nike SBs, so I want to kind of like, you know, see what the hype is about. But anyway, hope you've found this video useful, enjoyable, a little look into one of my most recent hobbies. Been collecting for about a year now. I might do a full collection video one day for one of the Sundays, but I just haven't got that many to do a collection yet. But maybe one day, maybe one day. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.